Shalom, shalom, Yashar Allah. We're going to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakadash, which in the Petty Hubatum is correct names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to sister brothers that's laboring in this truth, and shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Shalom. Starting to see something, Yasharala. It's starting to be a very, very great division amongst our primary enemies, Esau, Edom. When I say Esau, Edom, I'm talking about the so-called white man. They are very much divided at this point in their rulership. And it's so much division that you can see their downfall is already set up. So this has all been prophesied to happen. I'm going to show a couple examples of two Edomite kingdoms that are locked into a trade war. Basically over some tariffs, over taxes, over money. They're having money wars. Esau fighting over money. And if they fighting over money, it's going to lead to what? It's going to lead to actual war. And with them warring each other, their kingdom is not going to stand. They're going to lose. So I got an example. And that's how you did. 2025 is about to be hot and heavy. Because they're already talking crazy to each other. So I'm about to show a diplomat from Canada. He going to talk that, hey, he ain't going to mince his words for Babylon the Great America. And then I got another clip to show Donald Trump's response to what this official was saying. So without further ado, let's check them out. And they like, man, we ain't having it.
Short. We power 1.5 million. We power 1.5 million homes, and if they put on tariffs, it's going to be unaffordable for Americans to buy electricity. Just like if they put tariffs on the 4.3 million barrels of oil that's Alberta shipping down to the U.S. If you put 25%, that increases every barrel of oil by every gallon of gasoline by $1. So I don't think that President-elect Trump wants that to happen. What we're sending a message to the U.S. You come and attack Ontario, you attack livelihoods of people of Ontario and Canadians. We're going to use every tool in our toolbox to defend Ontarians and Canadians across the border. And let's hope that never comes to that point. Let's hope we can get through this trade deal. The problem is not with Canada. The problem is with China. And China shipping in parts to Mexico, Mexico slapping on Made in Mexico stickers, and shipping them up through the U.S. and Canada and taking American and Canadian jobs. That's the problem.
So did you see that, Yasharala? That was an Edomite official, Doug Ford. Basically, they're going to cut off the energy to Babylon the Great. I'm looking like Babylon the Great. How you going to loan out your electrical grid? And you see, he pointed the finger at China. We're not the problem, China is. But these Edomites are fighting over that. And then you got Trump, I don't give a dang. I'm about to tax you. So these devils are locked into a trade war. And we're going to hear Donald Trump's response to that, which was very funny to me, man. It shows that if they let this man be president again, he's going to ruffle everybody's feathers because he just doesn't care. He just, does as he's told in a very proud, brash manner, man. That's a very proud devil, man. I don't think you can get more pride than when you get Donald Trump. So we're going to check out his response to that, which had me cracking up because he responded how I would think Donald Trump would respond. And, things don't go right. We could see Canada and the USA probably bang it out, which would be very detrimental to Babylon the Great. They don't need any more enemies. They need all the allies they can get. And like he said, that official, he said if the tariffs get placed on Canada, he's going to kick it back to the American people. He said they could add, what did he say? $1 to every gallon of gas. That'll break this economy, man, which I think that is the plan that they want to do anyway. So they create the mass chaos. So further ado, let's go check out Trump's response, which was very funny, man. Trump, man, that dude's like a comedian. So check out Donald Trump's response, Joshua.
Good morning, everyone.
For the second day in a row, Ontario Premier Doug Ford reiterated his threat to cut off energy supply to the U.S. in retaliation to Donald Trump's proposed tariffs.
You come and attack Ontario, you attack livelihoods of people of Ontario and Canadians. We're going to use every tool in our toolbox to defend Ontarians and Canadians across the border.
Trump responded to Ford's threat today, saying this.
Well, that's okay if he does that, that's fine. But the United States is subsidizing Canada. It's truly a subsidy, and we shouldn't have to do that.
And other provinces seem unwilling to withhold their energy from U.S. markets.
From the Alberta perspective, under no circumstances will Alberta agree to cut off oil and gas exports.
By the way, I won't threat Donald not to send electricity.
The disagreement between provinces goes even deeper. Last night, Premier Ford said he is convinced Canada will not escape U.S. tariffs. However, François Legault cited his meeting with Trump last week in Paris.
And he told me very clearly that we can avoid those tariffs if we do what needs to be done with the borders.
Which is the focus of a new announcement from Alberta Premier Danielle Smith today, a team of specially trained Alberta sheriffs that will patrol the border, more than 50 officers, K-9 teams, and cold weather surveillance drones to stop illegal cross-border activity.
If we succeed and maintain proper border security, I expect we will have a very strong relationship with the United States, as we always have.
Ottawa is said to have presented a plan to strengthen the border during yesterday's meeting with the premiers, a plan that is expected to be presented publicly in the coming days. Marcia?
Jeremy, thanks.
So you see that response? He said subsidize Canada. We're going to subsidize Canada. Like they some little hillbilly town or something. Like they don't even matter, man. He shutting them off like they some fleas or something. So what we're saying is, let's get to it. We're saying the Edomites be divided, man. They used to be united, and now they're being divided, and that's nobody other than our Lord and Savior Howard Shah that's bringing that division. So this is Mark 3:26, and it says, and if Satan rise up against himself, and he be divided, he cannot stand but hath an end. Woo, we so patiently waiting on the end of Esau, Edom. You know, the physical spawn of Satan. We're waiting on their end. And they're divided right now. We just seen them fighting. America versus Canada. And then say if they let Trump really get in there and run it, he gonna do the same thing over there with them NATO countries. He gonna piss them off, and that's gonna show the beast hating the whore. And we can see that scenario playing out if they let Trump in there. You know, political process gonna rain out no matter who is in office. But with Trump, you can vividly see it because his personality is that, you know, he just rubbed the wrong way. He don't give a damn. He got that proud Edomite spirit on him, and he says whatever. He said we're subsidizing Canada. Like he basically saying they small potatoes. And I don't know how they took that, so we can only see how they want to retaliate. And plus, everybody gonna go crazy when these tariffs hit. Say if they let Trump on through and he actually put these tariffs on, that's gonna make the public get mad. That's gonna make the everyday working class Edomite be angry at the rich Edomites. What it look like Trump wants to do was his administration, because he ain't doing nothing. This is the game plan that the small hatters gave him, that he's put in place to break the country now, to bankrupt it. That's what Trump is set up to do. What I'm looking at, he's going to bankrupt the country, which will lead to civil unrest and more division, lots of division as he get off in office. And then he has this thing that he wants to do called Project 2025. Which they weren't going to do that anyway. They just make him the face of it because they need somebody charismatic to push it so it has a great effect. But what I'm looking at, Yashral, it looks like civil war will happen at Babylon the Great real soon. especially if they let Trump get in there and be, throw his weight around and put in these radical policies that puts the country in more like a dictator state. Your average working class Edomite will rebel against the elites, the rich. It's gonna happen. It's bubbling up now, y'all, Sharala. So this thing's getting real heavy, man. The Lord is about to really bring war to this place. Edomites are gonna fight each other first, y'all, Sharala. That's what's gonna jump stuff off. It's gonna start out, about Yasharala, but they're gonna fight each other, and in a minute, they're just gonna go for everybody. Like Esau gonna be in this crash out mode in a real quick second, man. Especially if things keep progressing the way they're progressing, which we know through the scriptures they are gonna get progressively worse. So watch out for Esau, even so-called white man, these devils, because they're gonna crash out, especially when they boy Trump don't deliver. Like he already, in my eyes, messing stuff up, And then I want to show something too. More division. Check this out, y'all, Sharala. Which we knew it, but now it's becoming to be, publicly known. And it says, Donald Trump changed his tune on Project 2025. Very conservative and very good. So we all knew that Donald Trump was behind, or he was with the Project 2025. During his campaign run, he told his following that he knew nothing about it. I didn't do that. I ain't with that. It's stupid. He did an interview with Time Magazine, and as here, Slock could be so tired. As I'm about to put it out there, or he gonna put it out, I'm gonna just read Trump what he was quoted in the magazine saying. He basically saying like, that was the plan the whole time. I just lied to y'all. I've been wanting to do Project 2025. It says Donald Trump has publicly praised Project 2025, calling parts of the policy agenda very conservative and very good. It says during his 2024 presidential campaign, Trump distanced himself from the initiative. He called parts of the 900-page guidelines spearheaded by the Heritage Foundation ridiculous and abysmal. I know nothing about Project 2025, he wrote on his social media platform, True Social, in July. And I remember him saying that, but we knew that was a lie, us and this truth. It says, I have no idea who's behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things that they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. But it says, on Thursday, Time Magazine named Trump its 2024 Person of the Year and published an interview it conducted with the president-elect on November 25th. Speaking to the magazine, Trump softened his tone on the policy document. Though he continued to distance himself from Project 2025, Trump praised some of his ideas. He said, I don't disagree with everything in the Project 2025, but I disagree with some things, he told Time. I specifically didn't want to read it because it wasn't under my auspices, and I wanted to be able to say that, And the only way I can say I have nothing to do with it is if you don't read it. I didn't want to read it. I read enough about it. They have some things that are very conservative and very good. They have other things that I like that I don't like. So he just lied right there. He said, I ain't read it. He said, I read enough about it. So dang, did you read it? You didn't. So he using the female tactics. And he talking about, I don't know what they were, auspices, he using words like that to try to throw you off. But man, we knew that devil was gonna lie. And check this out. This really gonna prove it, man. This show, man, Donald Trump is something else, man. Watch how he talk. It says the president-elect went on to reiterate that he had nothing to do with Project 2025, adding that he disapproved of the timing of its release. Did you peep what he was quoted saying, Yasharala? He had a problem with the timing of his release. He ain't got a problem with Project 2025. Just that it leaked out is what he had a problem with. Why? Because his administration is about to initiate this. And it's going to piss off the working class Edomite or maybe some Edomite that's charismatic in the military. Because really, when you look at Project 2025, Trump is setting himself up to be a dictator. Apostle Hart calls Trump Nero, in reincarnation. This dude want to be a Caesar. He want to be a king. He want to do away with them other governments and all these checks and all of that in Congress. He's going to change the Constitution. That's what he wants to do. And if he changes that, there's going to be some Edomites that don't like the Constitution to be changed. They bleed red blood for their Constitution. They'll die for their Constitution. So if Trump tries to change it, that's going to create a lot of friction, which will lead to civil war. Which I'm going to go get another precept since I say that, because this is nothing new. The Lord's taking this place out just the same way he did ancient Egypt, by making these devils be foolish and fight against each other. And this is Isaiah 19:2, and it says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor. City against city, and kingdom against kingdom." We seeing that right now. Verse 3, "And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards." Esau gonna go to his witchcraft. The modern day Egyptian is the modern day Edomite, the modern day white man. He's your modern day Egyptian. They're in rulership. They had us in slavery, just like the Egyptians did. And what did the Lord do to the Egyptians? He made them fight each other when it was time for us to get free. So here we are in 2024, and he's doing the same thing with a different nation, the Edomites, but they're going through the same motion. They're in rulership, and now they're starting to lose it. And as they start to lose it, they're going to do what? Fight against each other. Brother, they're going to fight. They fighting now when you look at the Edomites. They can't get the money right. They want to put tariffs on stuff. The devil like, man, you're going to ruin your own economy. I'm going to cut your lights off if you put tariffs on us. That'll be, some craziness in itself if they're able to pull that off. See, the devils are not together. The Lord has made a grievous wound. They are bleeding out. And we over here rejoicing at that. These devils is cooked. You just gotta watch out for, all that after. When Jacob shall really bloom out, because they're gonna fight each other first. But if they see a Jake, they're gonna hesitate to do you in at all. So these devils are very much divided. You could tell there's gonna be some stuff because they keep making movies like Civil War, and they got a new one out that I'm gonna go see, Lord willing. It's called Homestead, which is about Civil War. So come on, y'all, try to keep putting this in their media, and they keep doing things to provoke the people, and it's because that's what they want, is civil unrest, man. That way they get the new government in place and issue out their MOTB. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play a clip of that movie. Malak in Kansas City said he already seen it, and he said it's a pretty good movie, so I'm looking to go see it too. So I'm gonna play the trailer to show you.
Everyone wondered how the world ended.
We got hit.
Does the sun
America's just been attacked.
go on shining? But this is the story of how it began.
Los Angeles has been struck by a bomb.
Hold your breath. Hold your breath.
It might be nuclear.
I saw this. So what? We never come back.
After today, our lives will never be the same.
We have looting and widespread panic.
Hey!
Daddy has a place for us to go. We'll be together.
The city's on fire.
There's a guy, been planning for the big one, called a few months back, needs security people.
What is this place?
Welcome to Homestead. Your guys have to learn how to farm.
We grow our food. We raise our animals. Can you handle yourself with a gun?
This might be the most prepared location in the Rockies. Everyone's got one in, and I mean everyone.
My family's out here, and we're starving to death.
I wish we could help, but we can't.
You can or you won't.
Our kids need us to be strong.
Please.
People are gonna die at this gate.
They're trespassers in the hills.
They're stealing your grain. They've cut off your solar power.
We need a world where people help strangers, not shoot at them.
Sometimes we think we're doing the right thing and then it all goes wrong.
It's time for you to take full control. It's complicated. Do you think that you're above the law? Do you think that the rules aren't for you?
Is this an ark or is this a fortress?
It's our home.
It's the end of the world.
Hey, I'm Neil McDonough.
I'm Bailey Chase.
I am Donna Lubieri, and I'm...
So there go another movie, y'all, Shrala, about civil unrest and civil war, which I'm going to be checking that out, man. It looked kind of good, man. Og Washington, he said it was pretty good. You know, it shows that. So I'm like, why does devil keep putting in his media movies about civil unrest? Why? Because that's what they call predictive programming. And that's what Esau's about to do. He about to set up a scenario to make the people fight against the government. By doing what? Squeezing them out, taking away resources, which will lead to this right here. So that's why we got to be prepared, because this place is about to go under. And we're in it. So we need that deliverance from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, because this place is done. So I'm going to read this second Edges 15 and 15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Verse 16. For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions stand in the power. The course of their actions stand in their power. So as you see that clip of that movie, that basically was them two precepts put together. And that's what's going to happen in real life out here that we're living in. They're going to keep pushing to where the American people, the working class public, have no choice but to fight back against the ruling class elites. And you got country batting against another country over taxes, tariffs, which are nothing but more taxes. They're fighting over that. And it's going to lead to Esau being divided. And what we read earlier, and when the kingdom is not divided, it will not stand. So we are patiently waiting on the day where Esau Edom will no longer rule or be in rulership. And we're going to come down here and establish the earth in righteousness. That's what's coming next. The Lord wasn't part of the whole elect, and we get preserved to see that. So right now, we just got to be circumspect and marvel at the works of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man. He's making our enemies fight against each other. The Lord's a man of war. That's the divide and conquer that he's doing right now. Esau's being divided and parted because they're going to get conquered real soon. So with that being said, I've just been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yashar Allah, and stay locked in because Yahweh Shah is quickly on the way. Shalom.